Greetings and salutations, everybody. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. You're watching Raven Review. I am your host, Raven. Today we're going to be talking about Alita, Battle Angel, directed by Robert Rodriguez. I'm going to switch over to Miko real quick, and she's going to tell you guys the rest of the cast because they're absolutely just amazing. So, Miko, take it away.
Right. Thanks, Raven. So here are my thoughts of live-action adaptation of this classic anime written by Yukito Kishiro. From December 1990 to April 1995, spending 9 volumes. Then in 1993, Battle Angel was turned into an anime by director Hiroshi Fukutomi. The live-action film of Alita has a runtime of 122 minutes, that's twice as long as the anime. I think Rodriguez definitely used the time very well in order to tell a compelling story about a cyborg that has lost her memory, then later finds out that she is a deadly warrior that is 300 years old but yet has the body and brain of a teenager. Overall, it's a really good story and it sticks to the source material, which I'm sure Raven will tell you about in this review, so I won't continue too much on that, but I did like the fact that it did use as much of the manga as possible in order to tell a great story in 2 hours. It is very engaging and I highly enjoyed it and recommend that all of you humans go see this film. Directed by Robert Rodriguez. Produced by James Cameron and John Landau. Rosa Salazar as Alita, the titular cyborg heroine, revealed to be 3 centuries old and last of her kind. Christoph Waltz as Dr. Dyson Ito, a renowned scientist, hunter-warrior and Alita's caretaker. Jennifer Connelly as Chiron, Ido's ex-wife who was expelled with him and their daughter from the false utopia of Zalem and dreams of returning. Mahershala Ali and Edward Norton, uncredited, as Vector and Nova. Vector is an entrepreneur who rigs motorball combat matches, while Nova is a Zalem scientist who has the ability to transfer his consciousness into other people's bodies, sometimes controlling Vector and Gruishka's bodies. Ed Skrein is Zappin, a cyborg bounty hunter tasked with tracking down and killing Alita. Jackie Earle Haley is Gruishka, a huge cyborg who works for Nova as his personal assassin, based on Gruchika from the Battle Angel OVA. Kian Johnson is Hugo, Alita's love interest who also teaches her to play a gladiator-style game called Motorball. Lana Condor is Kayomi, an orphan teen and freelance photographer. Jorge Lendberg Jr. is Tanji, Hugo's friend. Michelle Rodriguez is Gelda, a cyborg warrior from Mars who trained Alita. Isa Gonzalez is NYS Siana, a cyborg assassin with a bounty on her head. Idara Victor is Nurse Gerhad, IDO's aide. Marco Zurer is Ajakuti, a motorball player. El Lamont is Screwhead, a female hunter-warrior. Leonard Wu is Kinyuba, a motorball player. Jeff Fahey is McTeague, a hunter-warrior who leads a pack of robotic dogs. Rick Yoon is Master Clive Lee, a hunter-warrior who claims a record of over 200 kills. Casper Van Dien is Amok. And there is the cast for Battle Angel also. I hope you enjoyed some of the little factoids that I added in. So now it's Raven's turn to tell you what he think of this film. I hope you all have
I
an
think I'll
awesome
definitely
day.
like
Goodbye
it.
for now.
So, that's pretty much all I got to say about this. I probably babbled a little bit too much.
I am not doing spoilers at all.
It's what it is.
This
It's
film
a
is
great
20
movie, and
plus
I got a lot to say about
years
it. So
If you have
I'll
yet
talk to you
read
guys
the
all later.
manga
Don't
or
forget to
watch
give
the
someone a
anime,
hug, may change their day, may change your life,
then
and we will talk to you all later.
I don't
Bye
know.
bye.
Go do that.
Do it! Do it! Come on! Do it now!
Because, yeah, it's well worth it. So, the film itself, it's very fast paced. I went to go see it in 3D, which I'll get into that in a little bit. But our character is Alita. She comes from Zion, which is the city that floats above the actual town below. and the doctor finds her, brings her back to life, and stuff like that. You find a little backstory about the doctor and his wife. Uh, she finds out that the doctor's a hunter. She becomes a hunter. She finds out about this thing called rollerball or murder ball or something along those lines. I think they changed the name. She joins that. Meanwhile, she also befriends and becomes the lover of a boy named Hugo, who is kind of a cyber thief or cybernetic thief is the best way to put it. And he's working for our main villain, well, kind of main villain, named Victor, who is being kind of controlled by another character who lives in Zion named Nova. So, with all that said, that's pretty much the plot. It's a great story. There's a lot of tragedy, a lot of sadness, a lot of laughing. There's just it's just absolutely crazy good. I absolutely love it. The girl that plays Alita does such a phenomenal job. This film is definitely anime done right. If you want to make it a live action film, unlike Ghost in the Shell or Death Note, those are just no. Those are so done so wrong. This one lives up to the hype. Unfortunately, it had a lot of different dates, and they kept on pushing it and pushing it. Originally, it was supposed to come out on July 20th, and then they moved it to December, and now they finally released it in February. I think it has to do with reshoots or some kind of special effects things that they wanted to work on, which brings up the whole 3D thing. Robert Rodriguez made this film to be watched in 3D, and it lives up to that hype. It definitely lives up to that hype, just like Avatar, which, say what you want to say about Avatar.
Oh my.
But this definitely lives up to the hype of 3D. This film is definitely best watched in 3D. I watched it in 3D, and I definitely have to say it's really 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 good. So let me get my rating out of the way, and then I'll babble on a little bit more. So my rating is this. And it's just because the film is very well constructed. There's a lot of criticism that the film feels kind of rushed, and then they kind of throw a little too much in the film. I think they adapted the anime really, really well in how one sequence goes to another, to another, to another. I think it flows very, very well. There isn't a lot of questions of what happened, why that happened, and stuff like that. There's not these like plot holes or gaps, or really I didn't really see any of those in this film. And I really did appreciate how fluent the film is done. The music is pretty good. I like the music. It definitely draws you into the scene and stuff like that. um, the big bad henchman guy, he's done pretty well. I thought he was going to look a little bit different from the anime and the manga. I thought he was going to be a little bit more similar to that, but he's not, and that's okay. He's still a big, bad, scary, fucking cyborg monster. So, yeah, there's definitely that. The character Victor, who basically wants to get rid of Alita because of Nova, knowing her past. He does a really good role. He's definitely a puppet, but he's also a puppet master, and he's definitely pulling different strings from different people around in order to break down and destroy Alita. So he's a pretty good villain. The doctor's wife, she comes off as a bit of a, you know, snobby bitch, and in the end, she definitely turns around. which I think was really good. I liked how her character, there's not a lot of involvement or character development with the character, but you do get a sense of the character. The Doctor unfortunately does take a little bit of a more of a back seat compared to the manga or the anime, but he's definitely there. He's definitely present. He's definitely, I guess you could say, like a Yoda type character, you know, giving Alita different points of advice and stuff like that, and trying to be kind of like a surrogate father to her because she has no memory of her past whatsoever. And throughout the movie, she learns little more and more and more, and she does have these flashbacks during different action sequences of who she was and who she is. And I really did like those. They were very well done. They didn't seem like they were forced, like some flashbacks are forced into a film. Like, okay, by the way, here you go. I don't care for those kind of flashbacks, and I don't think most people do. Uh, this this felt more fluent, or should I say, it's very well done. The movie overall is just it's it's really really good, and I highly enjoyed it. That's why I gave it the rating I gave it. If you guys definitely want to check it out, definitely do so. And like I said, there is a love story in there between Alita and one of the characters, Hugo. Uh, it it's not a forced love relationship. She starts off as a best friend, and then they move on and fall in love with each other. And I don't really think it's very forced. Some people says it is. It's just kind of like an extra thing that's thrown in there for no reason. And I think it definitely plays a role in the actual film itself. So I don't know. I don't see where the gripe is in any way whatsoever. So whatever. Uh, so if you guys definitely want to take your girl, I think your girl will definitely like it. My wife definitely enjoyed it. She's not a big movie fan, as some of you guys know. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know my wife isn't a big fan of film. I've said it more than once. She definitely enjoyed this one. She was really appreciated because she's read the manga and watched the anime also. And she definitely appreciated the source material being used correctly for the most part, and how the movie flowed. She really got into the movie, and she really enjoyed it. So I definitely think if you guys bring your girl,
Thank you for watching Raven Review. Please remember to push the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you know when a new video has been posted. Also don't forget to like or dislike the video you just watched. Then you can be a awesome person by sharing this video with all your friends on your social media networks. Have an awesome tastic day and thanks for watching.